Alright guys, so in the next couple of days, Apple will be releasing iOS 26 to everyone. And of course, the next question is, should you update? Is there anything you need to know in regards to battery life, performance, anything, any bugs or issues within iOS 26 that you may want to know before deciding whether you should update from iOS 18 over to iOS 26? So in today's video, we're going to cover the new design, any performance issues, any bugs, any battery information, things that you need to know before you make that decision. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the new design. This is the big story this year with iPhone and iOS 26. Now, I have to say, after using iOS 26 for several months throughout the beta testing cycle, I really love Liquid Glass, and I don't feel like I want to go back to iOS 18 because this software just feels so much more modern, in my opinion, from some of the physics added to the OS, some of the reflections and new elements within the OS, even some of the new animations make the OS just feel a lot better, in my opinion, and more fluid than iOS 18. Honestly, going back to iOS 18, this software feels outdated very quickly after using Liquid Glass. Everything is sort of stale, if you will, within iOS 18 when compared to the new design Liquid Glass. And yes, design is going to be one of those things that, it's going to come down to personal preference. But I feel like once you get used to Liquid Glass, you'll quickly notice this was the right choice in terms of new modern designs for the iPhone and iOS. So hopefully you'll like the new Liquid Glass. Now, one of the most important questions I get is how's battery life and charging, overheating, anything like that. So let's talk about the battery life because this is an extremely important question and topic when it comes to updating to a new software. Now, the first thing I want to note is that Apple has enabled 25 watts of fast wireless charging for iOS 26 on third-party chargers. So this was previously exclusive to Apple's MagSafe accessories. Now you can charge your iPhone 16 at 25 watts fast wireless charging with a third-party charger, as long as the charger supports it, obviously. Now, when it comes to charging and heat, I have to say within the first 3 betas, I was encountering some overheating on iPhone running iOS 26. That's no longer the case. I haven't encountered any overheating whatsoever. And when it comes to battery life, which is obviously the most important question here, I do get through my entire day, as you can see here, with iOS 26, and I do have a little bit of extra battery life left at the end of the day, which gets me through my entire day, so that's good news. However, battery life within iOS 18 is honestly a lot better than iOS 26. I get through my entire day like nothing. iOS 26, the software is so polished at this point that everything is running very nice. No overheating. I haven't encountered any issues with charging. I haven't encountered any issues with battery life. I get through the entire day. As you can see there, no problem at all. So yeah, in terms of battery life, honestly, I have to say iOS 18 definitely delivers the better battery life experience overall. Now, speaking of battery life, today's video is sponsored by the EcoFlow Rapid Pro 27K Power Bank. So this right here is the EcoFlow Rapid Pro 27K Power Bank with a huge 27,650 milliamp hour battery capacity. It delivers up to 300 watts of power through 4 ports. It can charge an iPhone 16 4.5 times, and it can also charge a MacBook Pro 16-inch to 50% in just 30 minutes. With an integrated 60cm USB-C cable, it makes it easy to charge your Apple devices on the go. It's also very compact. It fits on any backpack, and it's air travel friendly, making it great for air travel. Now, one of my favorite features of the EcoFlow Rapid Pro Power Bank is that it can charge all 4 of my most used Apple devices really fast on the go. With a total power output of 300 watts, it offers one port at 140 watts with a retractable USB-C cable, so no need to carry around any additional cables. It also features one USB-C port at 140 watts and 2 USB-C ports at 65 watts. So that means I can charge my iPad Pro, my MacBook Pro, my iPhone 16 Pro, and my AirPods all at the same time with just one single device. Now, EcoFlow also offers other great charging accessories like their 4-port 140-watt Rapid Pro charger with gain technology. They also offer the EcoFlow Rapid Pro desktop charger and much more. So if you would like to learn more about these products, of course, all the links will be available for you guys in the description down below. Thank you to EcoFlow for sponsoring today's video. So now let's talk about some of the bugs or any issues that I may have to talk about in regards to the software before you decide to update. Now, the first thing to note here is There's one weird bug that I've encountered within iOS 26, and that is sometimes when I start screen capturing, the software will lag a little bit. Now, it doesn't happen all the time, but once screen capturing starts, sometimes I could experience some lag. And for some reason, rotation lock sometimes just spins around for me sometimes. So if I'm watching a YouTube video and I have my rotation lock unlocked, I spin to the left and the screen spins to the right. And it continues to happen. For some reason, these are minor bugs that I've experienced. Again, a little bit of lag when starting screen capturing, especially on older devices, and the rotation lock issue, which is kind of weird. And now within iOS 18, again, the software is just so much more polished, has been out for so much longer, that yeah, there is a few bugs here and there that some users have reported, but nothing major. This operating system is running buttery smooth. As you can see right here, this iPhone just runs basically perfect at this point with the latest iOS 18.6.2. So in terms of bugs, no major bugs that I can say right now within iOS 26 that could hinder the experience if you do decide to update your iPhone. And now, last but not least, I want to talk about animations, performance, and speed because there's a lot to talk about here. Now, for this segment, I want to pull out one of the oldest iPhones to support iOS 26 just to show you. This is an iPhone 11. This iPhone is going to be nearly 6 years old, and I wanted to show you here how iOS 26 is running on this device. By the way, the new animations when you open and close applications, and the new bouncy effects, and the overall performance of iOS 26 will give your older device a burst of fresh air. It's going to feel like a new device. It's going to feel a lot faster, in my opinion, just using iOS 26. You see here on this iPhone 11, everything is buttery smooth. You see there are no performance issues whatsoever, and it's quite surprising because, again, this iPhone is going to be 6 years old, is running the latest OS, and as you can see right here, things are running buttery smooth. So I wanted to show you this on the oldest iPhone to support iOS 26 so that you see that performance with iOS 26 is very, very nice. Now, let's talk about raw performance. I did run a benchmark here, iOS 18 versus iOS 26. Take a look at the numbers right there. So single core score, iOS 18, iOS 26. It looks like iOS 18 has performed slightly better with 3,545 versus 3,445. And then we have multi-core score, iOS 18 with 8,608 versus 8,573. So in terms of raw performance, single core and multi-core performance, both iPhone 16 Pro Maxes running iOS 26 and iOS 18, it looks like iOS 18 is leading the performance side of things here as well, aside from battery life as well. Now, there you guys have it. That about brings it into this video. This is the latest on iOS 26 versus iOS 18. I think iOS 26 is a solid new update. It feels very modern. Battery life is okay so far, and in terms of performance, it is really good, fast performance, especially with the new animations. But overall, it's going to be your final decision, whether you update or not. But there you guys have it. That is everything I can report so far in terms of everything: design, the new liquid glass, battery life, charging, bugs, animation, speed, and everything. There you guys have it. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this information helpful, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.